Hey guys, Meshy Jeb here, and today I'm going to be doing a short little rundown on PTR changes and little tips and tricks that you guys can use going into Tomb. I'm not going to be doing any like super rotational stuff. I'm not going to be going through the rotations. I'm not going to be doing like my complete guide yet. I'm just going to be giving you guys a little heads up on what kind of stuff you can use coming into the next year. Most of this is going to be talent based, so I'm just going to run through the talents really quickly. I was playing around with Haunt. I don't like it. You can use it. It's okay. That's all I have to say about Haunt. I just don't think it's very good. So for basic single target, no movement, you're going to be running just like normal Malefic Grasp Contagion. Actually, Phantom Singularity is actually amazing. It's probably better than Soul Harvest on everything, especially if there's more than one target. Like Phantom Singularity is just amazing. You just use it on cooldown. It's great. You can use Soul Conduit or Siphon Life in this build. They're basically the same amount of damage, but Siphon Life is more consistent and Soul Conduit is extremely RNG. So like if you're parsing with the chest, then yeah, maybe Soul Conduit pulls ahead. But like on any kind of like I want to actually kill the boss, like early progression, Siphon Life is going to be better in pretty well every single situation because it's amazing, and also if you're doing any sort of multi-target, it's just great. Another single target build is just Ride the Agony, Siphon Life, exactly the same build, equally good. I'll probably be running this on the majority of the fights, mostly just because I like Writhe, and also on high movement. It's just really good. You don't lose anything. If you're not draining, like you don't lose that 25% damage. So I think it's good, perfectly fine. It's actually viable for once. Like if you're running this, you're not bad. Other stuff that you can run, 2-target. 2-target, 3-target, Absolute Corruption ends up being really good. Death Embrace, this talent is, in general, this is good now. It's if you ever need execute on a fight, use it. If you don't need execute, use Siphon Life. It's pretty easy. Nothing crazy about it. It's whatever. Soul Conduit, I just don't like it right now. I don't think it's very good. I like that Soul Harvest is out because it means you can be a little bit more brainless, or you can like, use this on ads, or like it's just so good. In every situation, this talent is good. Just keep that in your heads. Phantom Singularity, really good on basically everything. So that's about it for the little tips going in. I'm going to go a little bit into the gearing because, at least for me, legendaries that I'm going to be getting like up first is going to be either Helm Belt, which is one that I'm kind of just running for fun at the moment, but honestly I think right now Helm Pride Ads is probably, like, you know, depending on what gear you have, it's probably the best. It's extremely strong, it's extremely powerful, the helmet is extremely good. A lot of people will probably tell you that the chest is really good, but the chance of it actually proccing is just negligible. It's not all that great. It'll be good once again if you're like going into these raids just praying to God that you're gonna get the God procs. Then yeah, your damage is gonna be really high, but it's just not consistent. It doesn't really have any chance of doing, like, on average it will not do higher damage than any of the other standard builds. Like this is probably what I'm gonna be running on most fights that are any sort of movement. I think that they're just so strong. They give you the ability to just do mechanics while not like giving up anything from the grasp. Like you're mobile, you can do stuff. Like I think this is going to be such an amazing build, and Pride As just gives you the tankiness just because you're not draining as much, so you kind of don't lose that tankiness if you're using Pride As. Also, a 970 stat stick is just insanely bonkers. Like it's going to be overpowered. So like look at this item, guys, please. It's so good. Get it. For tier pieces, I'm just going to be doing shoulders, chest, legs, hands. Nothing too crazy. The back just kind of sucks. The stats are just so bad, so I'm just not even going to bother with it. The headpiece is incredibly good stats, so don't worry if like you get the headpiece. Just swap out for the belt or something. Like, you know, just swap out, put that on, and then just throw the belt on. And then you can just like replace any of these tier pieces, or like if you don't have them, just use other pieces that you have that are better. Like it's not a huge deal. The belt is still really good on single target. It's okay if you're running multi-target Contagion, but just due to how like Absolute Corruption's performing, I actually wouldn't push too far into it. I think AC is going to be great on any kind of multi-target fight. Contagion is probably still better on anything that has like a priority target, but like AC, just the fact that it gives you shard gen now from your 4 set in Tomb of Sargeras, and also the fact that they buffed the baseline damage makes it a lot more valuable. So it's actually going to end up being really, really, really solid. That's about it. You're still going to be using all the other stuff you use. You know, you got your Supremacy, you got the normal rotation for Writhe, you know. A little bit of a difference now in these new builds is that Corruption's actually going to be priority to keep up. It's going to be Agony and Corruption, but unlike before where you would kind of let it was okay to let your Corruption fall off, because it gives you that shard gen, you actually want to always just refresh it so it's always up. You don't want to lose the Pandemic Timer, you do not want to lose the shard gen. If it falls off, it's actually huge. Siphon is good. You can let it fall off still. It's a little bit more damage than it was before. And that's kind of why I like the new Writhe build, just because it gives you the flexibility. Like if you drop your Corruption because you want to drain out your UAs, you're not really losing as much in Writhe build because you kind of have the time to just stop and then just refresh all your dots. So that was about it. There's not much to it. Other than trinkets, surprisingly the owl is really good. You're still going to love Erratic Metronome. You're still going to love the Dreadstone from Cathedral. The Cathedral trinket's probably going to be your best in slot. And the owl. Whispers, if you have a high one, I might use mine, but even then, on progression, once again, I don't really like Whispers. I think it's kind of hit or miss. Same kind of problem that Soul Conduit's going to have, and it's the same kind of problem that the Legendary Chest is going to have. It's just very inconsistent. You're not sure where those damage thresholds are going to come from, and when you're looking at progression rating, you're looking for consistency. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you like the video, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. I'm going to be releasing a full 7.2.5 guide, so don't worry, it's going to come out. I'm going to kind of flesh out how I'm going to be playing these things. I don't always play the same way that everyone else does. I kind of try to find what works for me, and then I kind of put it out there. So if you're wondering why there's a little deviation, it's more of a comfort thing. I played a little bit differently. I played a little bit differently in Nighthold as well. I did extremely well in progression, and I was happy with how I played. Took a little bit of a break before Tomb, and break I mean I raided once a week, cleared Mythic, and finished. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll try to put a little bit more out for Tomb. Thank you.